Hey, what's up? It's Doug Cunnington here from Niche Site Project. This is day 3 of the launch for 5-Figure Niche Site. It's October of 2017. If you're watching this, you probably watched a couple of the other videos too. You'll notice my voice is a little hoarse today. I went out for a couple drinks yesterday evening with my homebrew club at a brewery. It's kind of loud sometimes and my voice doesn't carry, so after I go out for an evening like that for a couple hours, my voice is usually scratchy. That is the reason why I'm drinking a lot of coffee. I have my signature cup here from my sister and brother-in-law. Here's the thing, I'm about to go out for a little walk this morning. You can't see much, but I mean, I'm gonna take the camera out there too. I've been sitting here for like an hour and a half or so just answering emails, answering people's questions that they have in chat. Very not glamorous. It's a lot of answering the same questions over and over again. Part of it is a learning experience for me, right? I figure out like what areas people are concerned about. So it's not like time wasted, but I mean, let's face it, nobody really wants to answer email. The thing is, I like to take walks in the morning, just go outside. You'll see it's pretty nice out there, even though it's a tiny bit chilly. Let's head out there and I'll tell you a little bit more about some of the stuff that's been going on. I'm out for my walk, and most days I do try and get out and walk, especially when the weather's still decent out here. It will get cold. There will be a lot of snow out here in just a few weeks. So yeah, I'm getting it in while I can. And yeah, so we're just heading out. Gonna go on a little walk, probably for 45 minutes or an hour. It'll be a nice break before I do a live stream. So I'm doing a live stream on YouTube today. My buddy Dave Fox, who is one of the case studies, is gonna be joining me today, hopefully. Yeah, it's just good to take a break, especially after doing a lot of like the email support. And this is like a critical time, you know, if people are checking out the course, people are checking out just which package they want, they have questions. It's really important for me to answer back quickly and be nice. And I'm aware of the fact that it's like the first interaction with me. So like I said, just gotta be friendly in the email response. A lot of times, if it's a common question, I could just, copy and paste an answer that I've given in the past. So it's pretty awesome around here. Those are the Bridger Mountains right there, and it's only like 10 minutes to get to the closest point right there from here. So I could go, drive 10 minutes and hike. Awesome views. It's like the perfect time of year, perfect weather right now. Just a little crisp. There's just a little snow in the mountains, and then if we go this other direction pointing south, there's other mountains that are a little further away, but also very, very cool and very accessible. So it is a nice spot to walk around before the snow sets in. And even when the snow's here, I mean, just wear a jacket, it's not that bad. For a few of the videos, I've alluded to the 5-day launch that I'm doing, and I guess on my very first launch I did a 5-day launch, and my email list was a lot smaller then. It went fine, I hit the mark, I hit the numbers that I wanted to hit. 10 students, I keep this small. It's just me working on this stuff. So I studied other launch sequences and looked at how people were doing it. Now, I grew my launch up to a 14-day launch sequence. And that's tough, right? 14 days is a lot of days, and one of the main ideas is you want to be able to like tell people about the course or whatever it is you're selling during the launch, right? You want to tell people about it. So you need to email them. You have to have something to email each day. So 14 days is a lot. I'll sort of tie this all together in a minute, but I'm down to a 5-day sequence, and I like that much better. seems fine and it's better overall. So with a 14-day sequence, I was studying Brian Harris's launches from Video Fruit. In fact, he has like software and a course on launches because he's good at launches. So I was studying his launch sequence just by, reverse engineering what he does in his launches and, just read his emails and see what's going on. Additionally, there's other resources that I went to, like, I took a course on courses from Derek Halpern and he shared like a 21-day launch sequence. Anyway, to tie this all together, what happens in those long launch sequences, particularly the one with Video Fruit, is bonuses. Bonuses are added, bonuses are deleted, and there's a lot of scarcity introduced to force people to make a decision. So these are bonuses like, additional units, free coaching calls, like whatever you could think of that complements the course, you can throw it in as a bonus. And you could say you're only offering it, for example, for one day. It's like a 24-hour period, that's the only time you can get it. And it forces people to make a decision. So there's scarcity introduced, and in the 14-day sequence, there's scarcity introduced multiple times. So you end up with bonuses added and removed multiple times. So while that's interesting and all, what it does is, makes you send out a lot more emails. Is that good or bad? Well, when I went from a 5-day sequence for my first launch and I didn't have that many emails, and maybe sent 3 over the 5 days, I knew that I could send a few more emails. Now, with a 14-day sequence, you send a lot of emails. I literally sent it may have been 16 emails over the 14 days or so, which is a lot, right? I mean, if you're doing that, people will unsubscribe. If you send a lot of emails, people are gonna unsubscribe. It's the cost of doing business. And I tried that 14-day sequence for 2 or 3 launches, and it was fine. When I initially implemented it, sales went up. It was a good thing, right? Now, as time went on, I was like, you know what? I'm not getting any sales for 2 days in the middle, or it's the weekend period in the middle of the 14 days. No one's buying during that period because I'm just introducing these weird offers, these weird bonuses that go away at some point. Now the thing is, I would introduce the bonus and then give it to everyone who previously bought. So if you actually purchased early, I rewarded you. Even though you didn't know it, I knew that I was gonna, take care of everybody, because that's the right thing to do. So anyway, as I looked at the numbers, I was like, I'm losing hundreds of email subscribers because I'm sending so many emails. I was like, what if I shorten it? And of course, what if I shorten the email or the launch period and send fewer emails? Well, cool. How do you do that? I took a look at what Derek Halpern and what Brian Dean from Backlinko and a few other people were doing, Ramit Sadie also. And they are doing typically a 5-day launch. Sometimes it's over a weekend, sometimes not. But the idea is they have a shorter period of time and they're sending fewer emails. So I went that route and sales are not impacted. It appears that, because I wasn't getting any sales in the middle of those 14 days that I was talking about before, it really didn't matter. It was just, I was compressing it, making things easier on myself. Instead of sending out 5 additional emails, I'm only sending out 6 total. That's it. I'm sending 6 emails, 1 for each day of the launch, which is a lot still. And on the last day I sent 2, just 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. Each of the emails has a specific purpose. Maybe I'll talk about that in the next video, but each of the emails has a specific purpose. And if you look at people's courses and when they launch, you'll see the pattern, right? We're probably all copying someone who did it originally and refining it over time. So I may tweak a couple things, and one thing I'm doing now is live streams. So live streams make a huge difference just because people can ask questions in real time, directly to me, and I'm on video.
this isn't related to the launch at all, but part of the reason it's awesome to go for walks out here are the hawks. So there's a hawk in that tree. I have my wide angle lens here so you could barely see it, but maybe I could zoom in later. But this is the second one I saw just chilling out in the tree. There's a lot of rodents down in the like field mice and stuff like that down in the fields here in the parks. So yeah, just lots of hawks around here. So it's always fun to see them around. Occasionally we see a bald eagle, stuff like that. And the thing with sending out a lot of emails is it's okay. It's okay to do that. People opt in to your email list because they want to hear from you. And it took me a long time to get to that point to, like, I guess, feel comfortable sending that many emails. I have people double confirm their email address, or it's a double confirmation. So once they sign up, they're sent an email in which they have to click and say they did sign up, they want to get the emails. People will literally sign up for it, so they want to get the emails. Additionally, each email has a like unsubscribe link at the bottom. So if people are tired of me or they're not interested anymore, they'll unsubscribe. And that's totally natural. Sometimes people are interested in a topic for a while and then they're not, or maybe they just get tired of getting the emails, which people do let me know, like in some of the comments when they unsubscribe, they'll write, too many emails, and that happens during these launch weeks. So that is the sort of price of doing business. You're gonna turn some people off, but that actually is okay, right? So what we don't want to do is send out emails and people don't read them, they don't care, they don't pay attention. And just by sending more emails, it forces people to actually have a look, read the emails if they're interested, or unsubscribe if they are not interested. So it's actually better to force the decision, at least that is my train of thought these days. It's better to give people more information, force them to make a decision. Do they want to get more emails from me or not? So that is part of the game. And my first launch for my first product in 2013, I didn't know anything about marketing at that point. I have like an engineering and IT background, so I didn't know anything about marketing. Never even took a business class. So I basically told people that I was gonna release a book, and then I had a super short sales page, no real launch material, no real launch intention. And I was just like, here, you could buy it. And I, listed, maybe like the table of contents or the outline of what I covered. And that was it. It was not a strong like sales message. I didn't push it, and sales reflected that. So now I'm much more deliberate. I understand why I'm doing certain things. And tying it back to email, that first launch, I only sent like an email at the beginning when I allowed people to purchase it, and then I also sent an email at the end. That was pretty much it. I didn't engage deeper than that. And like I said, sales suffered because of it. So nowadays I understand why I'm sending those emails. It's okay to send emails. People ask to receive the emails, and they can not receive them at any time if they want. That's where we're at today. I need to start heading back to the house so that I can get ready for this live stream with Dave, and hopefully it'll be cool. There's always like random stuff out on these on these walks. So this is just like a bike just chilling out here, like back in I'm from Atlanta, like the suburbs of Atlanta, but I lived like in the city and stuff, in like Midtown, Edgewood, little 5 Points if you're familiar with it. If stuff was left out like this, if things were left out, if they weren't like chained down, they would get stolen. But yeah, this is just like a smaller town. There's just like random stuff people will leave out. There's one house in particular, like up there a little ways. It's like up there a little ways, and they have like, I don't know, there's a lot of kids around here, so there's just like random stuff that's like valuable, like shoes. Or one time we saw like Birkenstocks out there that were like left out for a couple days. There was a plate a couple days ago too.
I realized that I forgot like sort of important thing that came up yesterday. So I was gonna do a live stream and the technology didn't work. It failed me. So I was trying to run a Google like Hangout, which is the mechanism behind the YouTube live streams, and my camera wouldn't work, which is crazy because I did like multiple Skype calls with video earlier in the day. I did a Zoom call, which is, you know, another screen sharing app. So like I know that the camera works. I just don't know why Google Hangouts wasn't recognizing it. So I spent 20 or 30 minutes in the afternoon trying to get that live stream to work before I moved over to like just using my phone, which was fine, but it was, you know, it's a little bit easier on the laptop because I could type and like manage the chat a little bit better, and the microphone's way better. So usually try and do the laptop if I can, but anyway, even if you've done like dozens of like live streams or you've, you know, used a piece of technology, failures always happen. I've said it in other videos, like whatever you think is gonna happen, there's a good chance something weird may take place, and it's not gonna work like you think. It's gonna take longer than you think. So even after I've like launched this course multiple times, even after I've done tons of live streams and like I know how to use the software, things go wrong. Happens all the time. Anyway, if you like this video, if you like this behind the scenes stuff, let me know in the comments below. Just say, yeah, Doug, like these or whatever. Also, you know, I went outside and I was holding the camera and walking, and it's a little shaky. So just curious, like, did you like the out in the field stuff where I'm like just doing normal stuff? It's more interesting to go out, and I'm getting more comfortable with like just using the camera like out in the wild. Still weird, people still wonder what the hell I'm doing, but at least if you like it, if you like it, let me know, and I could do more of those, even stuff where I like go to the coffee shop, like order some stuff, set the camera down, do some work, journaling, reading, whatever. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully I won't lose my voice. We'll see how it shakes out for tomorrow. Later.